All right, people, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Is it a Tuesday? It is a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you all from us here, 96.3 Easy Rock Manila, your relaxing music mix. My name is DJ Andre Jordan, of course. And here we go again, people, with yet another rendition of Easy Rock Plugged In. Now, for those that don't know, this is the program where we sit down and talk to some of your favorite artists and your favorite performers, and maybe get some nice little gems, up and comers. And I can't wait to talk to these special guests that we have today, because they are actually an up and coming, and I do want to get to know them a little better today. And so, join me, everybody, in welcoming our special guest in studio, Modern Day Dream. Hello, guys. Kumusta?
Thank you. Hello.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Yeah, DJ Andre for having us.
Yeah, how have you guys been though lately? I mean, kamusta? What have you guys been up to?
It's actually a wild ride. It's been a wild ride because we're essentially a new band. Because I just recently teamed up with David. Siguro what? Like a month or so ago?
Probably less than a month.
Less than a month.
Yeah.
So we the band came from like a revamp and a roster change.
And so we're actually here to explore that today. You know, the story behind that. But I mean, just quickly, how has that process been? Just maybe we could give a quick brief.
Oh, absolutely. Well, since I am the front man for Monday Dream, essentially the songs naman came from me, and there just was just a need for me to go to a different direction. And David and we worked together for a single that we did a year ago. January, right? Or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, so we've been like acquainted, and like, more than that, we've been close friends na rin kasi due to the scene. He has his own bands, by the way. So he's a common face in the music scene kasi talaga si David.
Oh.
So and we chit chat, and then sabi ko, David, would you like to join my ride? I mean, join with me through the journey. So I was fortunate that he said yes.
I said yes.
Would you say this has been a long time coming? I mean, or hindi naman siya long time brewing behind the scenes?
Well, to be honest, for me, sorry Dave, I'm not sure about you, but ako in a way parang nung na-meet ko si David kasi parang I'd like him to be a band. I mean, it won't be a bad idea na maging ka-bandmate ko si David. But syempre, during that time, I wasn't really thinking about it.
Because it's fresh, because it's new, maybe we could give the audience a nice little quick, maybe even short little introduction for members of the band, and I don't know, synopsis, bio as to who Modern Day Dream is, essentially, right?
Okay, I'll let you do it first.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm David Lina. I am a drummer, officially, I think, for Modern Day Dream. I'm also I co-own a studio in Cubao, and that's where I first actually worked with James. I wasn't part of Modern Day Dream yet, but he produced one of his recent singles, Yakap.
Yes, Yakap.
Yeah, it's out on Spotify, and I think just working with James in the studio, it was fun. Like, it was just one of those simple things. Na, masaya to. So I felt like that never left. That energy never left, and I guess life happens. There's a time to do member changes in a band. I mean, it's natural, and I guess it was just fortunate on both ends that we said, okay, let's do this, and here we are.
And it's nice that there's this sort of almost seamless merge between you guys, between members, right? Because syempre, it's not always that easy. I mean, the Avengers came together and didn't exactly get along, diba?
Civil War.
But I mean, you guys have known each other, or at least you've been with each other.
A year, I guess.
Right?
Safe to say.
Yeah.
What are the challenges been so far, though? The biggest challenges that the band has faced thus far?
Well, I think I'm speaking in behalf of most bands nowadays, and as you notice, medyo bihira na yung bands, even sa international scene, di ba? It's mostly solo artists. Even sa hip hop community, it's more solo than bands. It's simply because of the fact that bands are really hard to manage nowadays, especially personalities and getting the group together. So that's one challenge, one of the many challenges, and obviously it's always a struggle. Maraming nagsasabi, James, why not try the solo career, or I don't know. Although it makes good sense. Even David parang recommended, what di ka na lang mag-solo or what? But I don't know, parang for me, I always try to hide, in the band. So parang hindi lang ako parang super, or dahil 90s kid siguro. So parang nandun pa rin ako sa band mindset. So,
You might be more of a natural team player, James. If I'm honest. Diba?
yeah, thank you.
Along those lines, though, you've worked with a ton of artists, producers. How has it been though, working with all these different producers? Shadiel Chan, right?
Yes.
How has that influence?
Shout out to Shad.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
Of
Shad
course.
Weenie.
Is that what you call
Shad.
it? That's what you call it? Okay. How has that sort of influence working with all these different artists and producers? How has that influenced the band's, general sound and creative process?
Oh, very good question. In a very, very huge way that I had never even dreamed of. Because when I was starting to create songs, obviously I was on my own. Like, whatever comes out of my head, I just write it down, sing it. And, after working with different producers, it is actually a good parang experience for me na to see their perspective. Kasi usually you're inside out, diba? So their perspectives outside looking in. So there's a lot of, bits and pieces na hindi mo nare-realize na, oh nga, no, yun pala siya. So you learn different approaches in the game and like less is more. Yung parang, mag-guitar solo ka para sa parang hindi naman kailangan. Yung mga ganun. So, but yeah, it's a good learning experience.
There are definitely elements that you wouldn't have even thought of or considered, right? That get introduced when you work with all these different producers, and that's the special thing about working across genres and crossing over. But how was it? Okay, so you guys recorded over at the Open Heaven Studio in Baguio. How was that? Did the vibe of the place influence at all how the song turned out in the end?
Yeah. Well, fortunately, wala pa si David no? So hindi pa siya yung kasama doon when we wrote when we made the song. Yeah, but there's something in Baguio talaga that turns you sentimental, kind of
Cozy.
Cozy kasi, di ba? So the weather and everything, the trees and the nature, everything, parang everything just feels right. Like, sumulan pa siya actually when we wrote the song. And of course, being Shadel being an acclaimed producer, obviously, with many hits in his roster, it's a very yung parang memorable experience, like working with him. And it's funny that it was able to write the song in an instant actually. Kasi when we came to the studio, we really didn't have a song in mind, specific. And when the rain hit, and parang this is calling for a love song talaga. Medyo senti vibes eh.
So beforehand, before even going there, you didn't really plan on, or you didn't have wala kayong baon kumbaga?
Meron, pero hindi kami sure. Alam mo yun, parang
Okay,
sige,
okay.
let's see na lang sa studio what's gonna work. And knowing Shadel, it's medyo nai-hit kasi niya yung heart ng Filipino, yung OPM scene talaga. That's one of the magic that Shadel have, is yung parang he has this knack for, he's a sentimental guy as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, so parang sabi niya, love song to, gawin natin love song.
That's awesome. But I do want to play a game with you guys. Get to know you guys even more. We're gonna play Who's Most Likely To.
Okay.
We can even involve others who weren't able to join us today.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna give out a statement, and then you guys can say who you feel. Or our producer, sila lang ba dalawa yung
Kaming dalawa na lang
Kaming
siguro.
dalawa na lang.
Okay, sige. All right, you could just point at each other, siguro.
Sige.
Turuan na lang kayo. And maybe we can hear a nice little story or anecdote with regards to it. Okay, so first one here. Who's most likely to forget the lyrics during a live performance?
No-brainer naman yan.
Who is it?
Ako.
Oh my God, aminado siya. Why is that?
Because
David.
I just joined the band.
Hindi pa nakabisado.
Hindi pa kabisado. Alam ko lang kung kailan yung when's the chorus, when's the... But I haven't been properly singing live pa naman, so yeah.
That's actually a valid excuse. Now that I think about it, you're right. You did just join. Valid. Who is most likely to be the first one to arrive at a gig? Early bird.
James.
Talaga ba? Ako ba? O sige, ako na lang.
Are you just responsible in that regard?
Well, no, but just for the most part, I really like, obviously as much as I can, we always want to make it on time and respect other people's time. But, things happen. Like kanina, buzzer beater naman kami. But yeah, we're glad that at least we made it on, the nick of time.
There was a little chuckle from you there, David. What was that chuckle about?
Oh, I'm notorious for I'm bad with call times.
I see. We're the same way.
but
right here. Put it right there. Right there.
We make it happen.
Yeah, of course. Still,
We make it work.
show must go on either way. All right. So who's most likely to now start a spontaneous jamming session?
That's a hard. It's hard to point because like you put me and James in a room. We eventually it just happens. Like parang the vibe is always. I don't know how it is with like other bands. Sometimes it's like fire or sometimes it's like water. It's very vibey. We generally like the same band, so like when we start jamming, oh, that's a bit of John Mayer. That's Buckley. I like that. Yeah.
I think it's a thing with musicians specifically.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
you could have kids in a classroom, someone starts tapping on the desk.
Yeah.
Biglang sunod-sunod na
Yeah.
tuloy-tuloy, di ba? But who's most likely to now make everyone laugh with a joke? Bit of a class clown comedian of the group.
I feel like wala pa, pero feeling ko ako.
Are you just that? Do you play that role sort of in most of your social settings?
Well, how do I say this simply? I don't know. Like I mean, I see myself as a very awkward person in like social situations. So, but I believe in the you miss the Jordanism. You miss the shots you don't take.
don't
So
take
just
it.
take it. Yeah.
That is true. You don't know. You can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket.
Exactly.
Diba?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that was fun. Next time, I feel like next time you guys are back, which I think is inevitable. I will talk to you guys again. Let's expand on that game a little more. But I feel like I got to know you guys a little better because of that game. I do want to get back to the line of questioning now. Can you tell us, more about the inspiration behind your newest single, Maghihintay? What story or emotion were you hoping or aiming to capture with Maghihintay?
Okay, so I think I'll answer that, of course. So yeah, when I said that we didn't really have a baon when we tried to record the song, I think I was in this particular state of my life that I was actually waiting for something to happen. It's not necessarily love or anything. It's something personal to me that I'm really waiting for. And parang it just so happened that it could also be a love song at the same time. But yeah, it's more of the that specific thing that you've been really working for, and then hopefully sana dumating na yan, and it just came naturally. When I wrote the lyrics, parang okay parang in 5 minutes the song is done. Minsan ganun siya, di ba? Pag yung sabi nga nila, you don't create a good song. I mean, the song chooses you, not you, right? Diba? Parang it just happens na okay, the lyrics is done. So
I love that. Song chooses you. Is that something is that a common saying among musicians? I'm sorry to ask.
I think there's many ways to write a song.
Sure.
Sorry, I don't know. I have all basketball references today.
Let's do it. I mean,
it's like,
hoop is hoop.
sometimes you wrestle and you try to shoot your shot and just I want to write it, but sometimes if you're in a certain disposition and then you're very sort of in tune with yourself, and sometimes with the surroundings, you're influenced by it, and then sometimes it's just natural. And my opinion, my personal bias is those songs, the more naturally written songs, are the ones that are more how do I say, hard hitting, or they're more
hits more.
yeah, it mas may tama siya, literally. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, plus, I just want to add to that,
Sure,
because
go ahead.
you can never say na, okay, I'm gonna go inside a room, grab my guitar, and write a song. It doesn't happen that way. You can spend hours and hours and days
Yeah.
na walang ito nangyayari. Then all of a sudden, may narinig ka lang na parang melody sa head mo, and then, okay, there's a song right there.
Yeah.
It's the universe actually giving you the
I
song.
love that.
diba?
Yeah,
So parang-
I do get that. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes it could be so random. You're eating lunch and then it hits you all of a sudden, right out of nowhere. But what were the sort of main influences that shaped the dreamy, relaxing, vibe of the song, of the record?
Yeah, well, age. I don't know. Because usually, I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's hard to admit it, but obviously, even in playing in general, usually, pag medyo younger days, ingay, rock, gain, etc. But as you mature, is the word, I guess, is medyo focus ka na sa tone, sa yung feels, and things like that. So I guess that also parang parehas din siya in terms of songwriting and the dreamy vibe. Parang something that's a lot easier to digest, especially sa like casual listeners. Kasi parang the goal is like for to reach the song, to reach as many people as possible. That's the goal.
Ako from the, I mean, in regards to the song, I mean, from the outside looking in, because I've worked with him prior to him working on Maghihintay. It felt very. I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, this wasn't in the kumbaga catalog of songs that were already out for Modern Day Dream. So I was like, oh, good job, James. Kasi
Thanks, man.
I don't know if it's it's just life, I guess. You know, as we grow older, we grow you know, I don't know, grow more mature.
Sentimental.
Yeah. There's a lot less trying to prove yourself, and there's a lot more just being honest. And this is how I feel at this moment in time. And that song is literally a snippet. So yeah, instead
That's-
of like trying to like ego and trying to
Yeah.
prove it.
Instead of trying to brute force, right?
Yeah.
I loved how you guys talked about like time and timelines, because how do you I want to go to how do you guys see Modern Day Dream growing and evolving in the next few years, let's say, both in terms of the music as a whole and for you guys as individuals?
Yeah, well, I guess there's no specific timeline, but I think at this point in our career, well, at least being a musician, no, so parang we don't want to give ourselves timelines anymore. So parang, I mean, a timeline in terms of siguro how long are we still gonna keep on playing? Siguro the next 10, 15 years or so, hanggang kaya. But when as you push your career, at least parang we need to work smarter. Obviously, we're not as young as we would want to, but so dapat sabi nga nila, don't work hard, work smart. Diba? I mean, the smart worker beats the hard worker. So parang we need to pick our battles. Like, ano ba yung mga gigs na papatusin natin, or what's yung parang medyo we can pass it out muna, and things like that. What types of songs we're gonna write,
I think joining Modern Day Dream, it was very clear to us because like we both have day jobs. I'm in the music industry for like production and other stuff. He's in tech. I was like, when I joined Modern Day Dream, I was like, that's such a nice band name, because I'm like, parang being in music, doing music is such a. Sorry, I hope this doesn't sound pretentious, but it's such a modern day. Music is a modern day dream.
It's very
right?
well said. Nice.
It's such
The way
a.
you put it.
It's hard to try to make a living on music, especially now.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
Facts.
But and like it was very clear to us that we're gonna do this, not as a business. No, we do it because we love the songs. And if the songs, quote unquote, make it, then fine. If they don't, fine. Then, but at least we're honest. We're having fun, and that's generally that's the message of what we try to share.
Encompass.
Yeah. Share
I love
to
that.
the listeners.
I mean, I love that. You guys really took it upon yourselves to create something out of passion. And moving forward, the creative process is always going to be through passion. It's not in the spirit of
Money making.
turning it into a
Yeah.
livelihood desperately, right? Of course, like I mean, you mentioned you guys have day jobs, and so talagang passion project talaga siya, which is beautiful. I'll go with one last question. What sort of message would you guys want people to take, the audience to take from your latest record, Maghihintay?
Oh yes. So first of all, I'd like to thank, of course, the SFM for having us, and for all our listeners and everyone out there. Oh, Easy Rock. My apologies.
All good.
You can cut that out, but but just the same. So to all our listeners and all the fans out there, thank you very much for your support. And sabi ko nga, we may not have the most listeners, but we have the most intimate, I guess. Kasi napaka sweet nila sa amin, especially like may receive kami mga messages like sana wag muna kayong mamatay, sana ano mo yung parang mga kids nowadays like what I mean, what I'm saying is like they really love our songs, and sana wag kayong magsawa. We'll keep on making music as long as we can, and yung small things like that, like yung appreciation and things, kind words, it fuels our
Definitely.
flame. So thank you very much. We'll try our best to release as much songs as we can. So thank you. Ikaw,
Yeah.
David.
We're on Facebook, IG, Modern Day Dream PH, I think.
Modern Day Dream Music.
Music, yeah.
Modern Day Dream Music is our page. So please follow our socials. Yeah, may TikTok na rin kami and IG. X lang yata wala. But yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much everywhere
Okay.
else. Spotify, iTunes, and yeah, elsewhere.
How about any upcoming shows, gigs, the like? You guys have any you might want to?
Yeah. Can we promote?
November.
Can we? Yeah, we on October 17. This is gonna be it.
Yeah.
That's in November.
In November,
medyo
the
tentative. Tentative.
tentative.
So we can park
Just
on that.
yeah, stay on the
But
just
yeah,
follow us on
definitely
our
you can
page.
check us out on our socials. So we always update it with our gigs and events. Kasali kami. So yeah.
Right, guys, you heard it. Stay tuned and pay attention to their social medias. James, David, Modern Day Dream. This was fun. Like I said, people, that was Modern Day Dream, and I was DJ Andre Jordan. I'll leave you with these words, people. Don't go changing. Don't go chasing. Keep your close friends close, but your enemies closer as you. Remember, someone tonight, well, today, with a special performance, maghihintay. All right, people, I'll see you. Peace.
Two, one, two. Sinusulat pa lamang ba ang aking kapalaran? Kay panglaw ng daan tungo sa'yo. Tanging dasal, huwag ka sana sa akin mawala. Sigaw ng puso ay wala nang iba. Huwag mong limutin ang iyong pangako sa akin na magbabalik di na. Halis pa at kung sakaling di ka agad makapiling, handang magtiis, ako'y maghintay. Bawat patak ng oras na sa atin dumadaan, nilalamig, nasasabik na sa'yo. Huwag mong limutin ang iyong pangako sa akin, magbabalik di na. Halis pa at kung sakaling di ka agad makapiling, handang magtiis, ako'y maghintay. Kasalanan ba ako ay umasa, baliwala na sasabihin nila. Huwag mong limutin ang iyong pangako sa akin na magbabalik di na. Mag-isa at kung sakaling di ka agad makapiling, handang magtiis, ako'y maghintay. Ako'y
maghintay. Ako'y maghintay.